Hey everyone, it is Havohai here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z sorta Dokkan Battle video. This is part 2 of the history of Vegeta using Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle cards. If you have not seen part 1, I'd love for you guys to check it out. This is going to be a 4-part series, this one being kind of long I think, or actually it should be alright. The time frame on this because we're going to do parts of the saga and kind of continue on this path here using a chronological order of the Dokkan battle cards. But this one's kind of funny because there's some mistakes and errors that I'm going to point out in Dokkan battle and the cards and the characters that they create, and hopefully you guys, if I got it wrong, let me know in the comments below. But it should be fun here, and if you haven't seen part 1, click on the link below again, and you should probably watch that before you watch part 2 here. So anyway, so continue on with this. We are going to start at the Android Saga. So where we left off here was Goku actually becoming Super Saiyan, resurrecting everyone. Vegeta is resurrected back to life, sent back to Earth, and he's now really kind of made Earth his home planet. You know, planet Vegeta's destroyed. Vegeta now is gone. He really doesn't have a home in Vegeta. What his past life was is no longer, and in a sense he's made Earth a home. And really the first thing that pops out in the Android Saga is the relationship with Bulma, right? So out of all the people in Dragon Ball, Bulma's the one who actually tames the beast, I guess, the Saiyan warrior, and he actually becomes a dad, and is the birth to Trunks. But little did he know that there's going to be more stuff along with Trunks in this saga here. So we really start off with the saga with this Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle card, and that is the pink shirt Vegeta. This, in my opinion, is one of my favorite Dokkan Battle cards, and it came out as kind of a gimmick, Global versus JP kind of scenario on that. And in a sense, JP won. I still don't know how that happened, but if you have this card on JP, it's a fantastic card. It's the pink shirt Vegeta with the yellow pants and green shoes. So comment below if you guys know this. So trivia here, what does it say on the back of his shirt? If you guys are Vegeta fans, you definitely should know this. If you guys are Dragon Ball Z fans, you probably should get this as well. So pause it here, click on the comment button, leave the comment. What does it say on the back of this shirt? Now I'm going to give you the answer right now. So the answer is, if you guys got it right, so those who said Bad Man, you are 100% correct. So this scene here is really part of the introduction to future Trunks. Like I mentioned before, Vegeta's now had over time a relationship with Bulma, and had their first child in baby Trunks, and then all of a sudden this mysterious person comes out, and it says, hey, I'm waiting for Goku, and we don't actually know who he is at this point in time, but of course we find out later he is the future son of Vegeta. And this arc is really kind of crazy if you really think about it. So especially in the Dragon Ball universe. But now it's you kind of get it now. But back in the day when you watch this, it's like, wow, this is very, very interesting. So Bad Man, for those who got it right, give yourselves a round of applause here. So one of my favorite cards here. However, of course, Vegeta doesn't prance around in this outfit for the whole saga. He does now have his classic outfit and armor, which you really see from kind of here on out quite a bit, is the golden strap armor, the Saiyan armor, which in a sense Bulma had made for him. Here's the funny thing though. If you guys saw the previous video on part 1 of the history of Vegeta, you'll kind of get what I'm saying with this gold straps here, because some people made some mistakes at this point in time on this design. So this is one of the great designs here, and the current outfit in this saga here is the blue with the Saiyan armor with the gold straps. So right here is unfortunately, these cards don't Dokkan Awaken. These are just basic cards here, so there's no additional art. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next phase of this, and really, at this point in time, so we skip quite a bit of moments here. Is really when Goku arrives, Trunks tells him about the androids and how the future is bleak, how Goku's dead because of a heart disease, and Vegeta finds out that there's these more powerful beings. Oh, and he also finds out there's another Super Saiyan in Trunks, and Vegeta's just going, what is going on? Why is there another Super Saiyan? Who is this kid? And now he's in reality right now trying to figure out, okay, how do I become a Super Saiyan? What am I missing here? So so this first card here is really the Super Saiyan version of the first time that Vegeta turns into a Super Saiyan. And you'll see the clip right there, and then also the point when Goku actually comes down with the heart disease, and the beginning fights with Android 19. So this is a really great moment in Vegeta history, because this is an epic fight here, especially when he becomes a Super Saiyan for the first time. And this battle with Android 18, so this card is still going to be here, was amazing. For those who remember this and watching this for the first time, this was action-packed, even more action-packed than when Goku went Super Saiyan was fighting 19, and that looked great, but this was vicious. So one of the things that I noticed that Dokkan Battle has not captured yet is the look of Vegeta really at this point in time with this little glow. As far as I know, I haven't seen any other part in Dragon Ball Z history where when you become a Super Saiyan you have this little glow. It's not a burst of fiery yellow energy. It's just this little subtle glow that Vegeta has here, and it's a little different. Hopefully they could create a card with this, and I'm going to also point out the error in these cards, where in my opinion these cards are a representation of this era right now in the Android Saga. So so it leads me into probably once again one of the most vicious and epic moments of Vegeta, especially early on here, and that is the Big Bang attack. Pikabang attack in Japanese. I probably just butchered that, but as you can see here, these are kind of the versions of the Big Bang attack in different angles. Now here's going to be the interesting thing in Dokkan Battle. Alright, the one to the right is the only card it's representative correctly in the Android Saga. All the other cards that he's Super Saiyan 1 on is incorrect, and I'll show you why in a second. So here's the clip here. So the clip here is showing, where he's extending his hand out and firing this Big Bang attack at 19, destroying him. One of the classic moments. So you'll see on the bottom one in a bit, you saw it right there. What is the difference? What is wrong with the one to the left versus the one to the right? If you guess correctly, you'll see it right here. Hopefully you see it there, guys, on the bottom portion there. It's the gold toes. The gold toe is not available, or not available, but it was not portrayed in the Android Saga. It actually is going to come later in the Cell Saga, but not in the Android Saga. So the individuals who created these cards, and really going back here, and I think this is a representation of in the Android Saga. He has the gold toe there. He has the gold toe here. He doesn't have the gold toe in the card to the right. So that's the really correct representation. Now also leads into then the Dokkan Awakening of this card here, and that's this one here, and he also has the gold toe. So you guys might think, hey, this is the wrong time frame, but you tell me when the next time Vegeta looks like this is actually, and I'm going to fast forward really ahead, is in Dragon Ball Super. And these cards were created when Dragon Ball Super wasn't even a huge thing yet. So this one, the Dokkan Awakening, was, but not the card to the left. And this card is represented as this point in the series. If you don't think so, that's it's crazy. So because this is that Big Bang attack look and epic moment here, and they unfortunately made an error and have the gold toe. So the gold toe is not correct. It needs to be no gold toe, and Anyway, Dokkan Battle, another mistake here. But comment below, tell me what you think. Am I correct, incorrect on that? So, so we'll finalize and end with also more gold toes, and these are both cards. One that's Dokkan's Awakens from the other here, and the one to the left is another card that was introduced earlier in the game, right around when Super was started. So, but I don't really think that these cards were represented from Super. So, should be in the Android Saga because this is really the time frame here, and I'll tell you why I don't think it's part of the Cell Saga either. So, so anyway, I love the card art to the right, and this is a great representation. So at this point in time, 19 was destroyed, and then you have 17 and 18 and 16 being born, and unfortunately Vegeta gets thrashed by 18, and they get to go train. They're like, oh, we have even a more powerful villain in Cell. So that leads us into the Cell Saga. Now, a lot of people put the Android Saga and the Cell Saga together, and you could do that because in reality it is the same story. It's you can even call it the Future Trunks arc, because Future Trunks is the main, in a sense, protagonist and the main storyline of why they're going to be fighting the androids and Cell. But I broke it up into these 2 points. Now, at this point in time, Vegeta wants to get stronger, so Trunks goes along, and they end up going into the Room of Spirit and Time, one of my favorite things in Dragon Ball Z. The Room of Spirit and Time is they go in there for an hour. They spent a year. So really, really incredible. I'm sorry, they spent a day and it's a year. They spent an hour, it's a day, I believe, something of that nature. Now I totally screwed that one up. It's a day, and they spend a day, it's a year. So what happens with Vegeta is now another epic moment is he becomes Super Vegeta, and that's kind of the buff Vegeta. He increases his strength. He tries to be what they call an Ascended Saiyan. Little do we know that that's not Super Saiyan 2. It's just buff Vegeta here. So Super Vegeta is once again interesting. At this point in time, he does get the gold toes. Alright, so he has the gold toes at this point in time. They change outfits, and he doesn't have the non-gold toe armor on at this point in time. So this then again, when he comes out of the Room of Spirit and Time, Vegeta is now very, very confident. He's like, I've never been stronger than ever. I'm stronger than anybody. Really here is where, in my opinion, it's so hard. There's so many epic moments, but this is another epic moment of Vegeta, and that is at this point in time you will see the beginning stages here, and then the final shot here is Super Vegeta firing the final flash. And let's spend a little time. There's no audio on this, but let's spend the time here. And I found a clip that was fantastic. It just cut out all the talking and stuff like that. Just showed Vegeta firing the final flash. So let's revel in this amazing epic moment right here. So here's Super Vegeta here, and this is the point actually when he was thrashing second form Cell, and now he said, you know, even though you become perfect, you're still not going to be able to handle me, Super Vegeta. But little did he know that, you know, Perfect Cell was unbelievably powerful, and I love the animation. Look at the pulsing, and the first time you see like a Super Saiyan with the pupils gone and the power that erupts. It says, Cell, if you think you're so badass, you just stay there and take this right here. And he just comes final flash, and this thing is amazing. And even though he doesn't kill Cell here, he does an extraordinary amount of damage, and was a really, really epic moment here. So, and as you can see, I don't know if you missed the beginning of it, he does have his own toes here. There is some cool toe action. And boom! There he goes. It sounds like, oh, what? So he was surprised at how powerful that person was, and his blast sends it out to outer space. it was probably one of the most powerful blasts you've seen in Dragon Ball at this moment in time. It was very epic, and gained a lot of Vegeta fans here because of how great that was. So, so these are the cards that represent that that moment, both in Super form, Super Vegeta form, and now will lead me into then this one here, which looks like what you just saw, but in my opinion is different in chronological order. The reason why is he's not in Super Vegeta form. As you can see here, as you can tell, he's in normal form. So, but he is doing the final flash. Now, where would be in the time that he done this? Well, that picture where you saw that he's holding out his hands, the one to the left, you're like, oh, that's exactly what it looked like. The thing I just saw is exactly what I saw. But there is a moment in the series, in the anime, where he does this again, and he looks exactly like this, but he's in regular form, not Super Vegeta form. And that's actually when he fires this at Cell Jr. So the one to the top is what you just saw up there, and the one to the bottom is actually what he looks like when he's firing it at Cell Jr. That was a problem when Cell Jr. was able to just knock this out and just deflect it with no problem. That was an issue for me. So here was the issue of or not the issue, but the moment where he's firing at Cell Jr. in not super form, and I think that's where this comes from. And then the one to the right, you might think this is also part of Final Flash, but I don't think that is a Final Flash. That is the attack that he distracted Cell with. So that actually leads me into this point in time here, where in reality, if you think about it, Vegeta saves the day. There was some redemption here for him. It kind of reminds me of what he wanted to do when he wanted to fire at Frieza at the end of Frieza Saga, right? So at this right here, Gohan becomes Super Saiyan 2. There's a lot of epic fighting happening, and suddenly Goku sacrificed himself, and Cell comes back as Super Perfect Cell, and he's firing his Kamehameha, and Gohan can't kind of overcome this, but Vegeta then says, hey, you know what, let me help the team, let me in reality this really is the inauguration of him being in the family and being a Z fighter, and fires this blast, distracts Cell enough for Gohan to do the final blast, his Kamehameha, and was able to defeat Cell. So without Vegeta, because all the other Z fighters was trying to shoot stuff at Cell, and Cell was just deflecting like it was nothing. Super Perfect Cell, that is. But Vegeta here had enough power to say, hey, you know what, take this, and it was over there. So I think that's what is the representation to the card to the right on the timeline here. So really, tell me what you think there. So this really ends the Cell Saga. Now, it was going to continue on with the Buu Saga, but the Buu Saga, there's a lot of cards here. So there is a okay amount of cards in the Android and Cell Saga here. So this wasn't too long that I expected, but long enough for you to at least go to part 3. In part 3, I'm going to continue on with the Buu Saga, and also probably do a little bit extra other cards that are a part of Dokkan Battle. So hey, if you guys liked this video and enjoyed it, this really concludes part 2 of the history of Vegeta using Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle cards. So part 3, click on the link below, it should be there. If not, it'll be there soon, and we'll continue on with the Buu Saga. So subscribe, like, comment, do all that good stuff. Thank you guys for watching. See you in part 3. Keep on Dokkaning. Later.